with the YouTubes, and you gotta hit start streaming again. So I'm never real sure when it actually goes, when it's going down. Not exactly sure, but hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a healed empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, and benzos in the background. Everybody had their dinner. Everybody had their dinner, even the cats outside. Only got to pet 2 of them. I actually saw, I saw an orange one out there. I haven't seen it in a while. Tales of the frickin' trailer community. Well, it's a residential area, but there's a lot of trailers. There's a lot of houses too, and whatever. I don't know. I'm still learning the terminology. I'm in a new land. I'm learning all about. So when spring comes and all the new growth comes, I'm learning all about the new stuff. And there's some vegetation out there that just downright plump scares me. So, but I like working in yards. I like working, and I like to do that. It helps me use my energy wisely. And during this time of year, I got all kinds of energy, and if I don't use it wisely, then I'm taking stuff apart. You know, I'm not. I'm using it unwisely. So, Tucker's, every day, he's doing better all the time. Now we're at the point that he like feels good, and he's jumping off of the futon onto the pillows and stuff like that. He's still not jumping up, but he's like a fine line. We can't let him re-injure it, so I gotta baby him a little while longer, but he doesn't want to be babied. He likes to go 4x off into the weeds and stuff, and I'm like, whoa! He's so loose in the rear end. So, so I hope people are faring pretty well, the new energy, new vibe, new earth vibe, people stepping into how things are going to be different, and things they constantly change. It's just amazing that such a small percentage of the population of the world have kept things so stagnant. They kept things from happening. Stan Lee, he doesn't like all the cats around outside. So now we're coming into this new age where all these people are, where everybody's going to talk about, the dialogue's going to change, and conversations are going to change, and more people are going to talk about feelings and emotions, and masculine men are getting in line with their divine feminine, and divine feminine women are getting in line with their divine masculine, and their energies are balancing. And when that happens, there's a potential within each and every one of us that can create things. God wants us. He gives us the ideas, and then we put the creation into manifestation. But people got greedy and gross. A lot of people sold their souls, man. To me, selling their soul is just staying in a shitty job to take care of your family. What's the matter? You can't freaking come up with an idea? Everybody's got that one idea in them. I thought mine was the whole idea of inclusion. Straight people like rainbows too, in the color spectrum. Because I always put my rainbows in. Actually, it's not even in the color spectrum. It's always been my own order. So, people are coming into a new way of, People can't be bullies and being freaking, might is not right, and all this stuff, It's just going to be a different way than it's been, because too many people on the planet are waking up as to how things actually are. And we have been living in a controlled freaking alien ant farm. And the powers are shifting. The powers are changing. So, I don't know. I gotta check and see if my stream's live, because I got an error. But that's the thing, is freaking technology is so saturated. If you can get your stuff to work, good on ya, Sometimes it helps if you keep your stuff updated, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we're put in policies and groups and things, and it doesn't matter what we do, we're not going to get through. But sometimes if God thinks our message is divine enough, then we're going to get through. So everything is divine. It's pretty cool. I think I had a pretty good day. I was trying to look at a situation. I have a 0.5, and she's going to come visit. She got a hold of me right around the freaking, a week ago. And when I was in Arizona, I had heard that she was somewhere around there. That I knew that she had moved out of California. I don't know if I assumed that it was Arizona or not. But she's 10 years younger, and it was like one of those days that is like, oh, extra energy exists, the potential exists for extra for to hear somebody from to the past, and it was her, and it was cool, and we reconnected briefly, and she was talking about driving out on the 7th, and it didn't work out, and I've been visiting those feelings and emotions, you know, and and it all comes back to finding solace and that everything is divine, and I just need to appreciate the fact that we connected, even if it was only a minute. I haven't seen her in 15 years. Last time I saw her was 2005, I believe, at my grandma's Edith's funeral in Atascadero. So, you know. Anyway, I don't choose vibrational frequencies much, like disappointment and depression, and they're like waves to me. I kind of get bowled over them by a little bit, but then that's it, you know. I let it wash over me, and I look at it, and that's pretty much it. Oh, I got a thumbs down. I think that's funny when people thumbs down other people. I disagree so much that I'm gonna click this dislike button. I don't mind. I'm a Heyoka, dude. People aren't supposed to like me. It's amazing that I have freaking I bounce around 900 subscribers, you know. But that's the thing. I'm the kind of Heyoka that is about accountability, and a lot of people, they ain't in accountability. I was over at the Peace Dealers talk. He's doing a live with all the 12 signs right now, and I was listening to his. I love his interpretation, you know, and and he goes through, because I'm Aries Sun, Scorpio Moon, Cancer Rising, and I know my placements, and people, you know, when they don't like something about you, it's like, I don't like you. What I learned when I was like a fucking infant is that when you point at people, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you. And so all those negative qualities that people are seeing in the world, it's just a reflection of themselves. You know, so when people pop into my tube and they hear something that pisses me off, like because there's a woman in there that she's a first responder. First responder. I'm like, dude, all I see is like all these like more of more of the same, because they tout, you know, this one, the first reason, and all they're doing, and I see all there, and they're all like, and not all, but so many of them are really overweight, and they're you know, they're on all the, you know, nurses and doctors, you know, because the medical system, it's not health care. It's how we can make as many made up reindeer organization as rich as we can, doing experiments on people. I mean, that's all that the poverty. I'm not on medications. Mom's not on medications, but there's so many people, 8, 9, 10. I know somebody that their mom was on like 30 medications. And then they wonder why their livers and organs are shutting down, because human beings are not supposed to process all this made up mad science. And so people come by and they'll hear a glimpse, and I'll just be like, you know, I think it's funny that, you know, majority of these people in these career fields are very unhealthy, yet they get their paychecks from touting health, and then you know, and she got her second shot. See, and evidently she has to get her shots in order to see her family. See, I just quit the earth. I just quit the world. No, I got you, baby. I got you. It's okay. Come on. It's okay. I got you. You try so hard. Good boy. You tried to get up there, huh? You tried. Get out of your brother's face, though. Come on. Go lay down. Good boy. I didn't see him sneak by me. He came out of the kennel where he was laying. And now it's funny that they're all like toting, like now all of a sudden they, you know, they haven't cared about like, you know, their physical well-being, their spiritual well-being. They just go to work and, watch the game or do whatever they do, but it ain't related to fitness and health and prosperity and all that. And then now all of a sudden everybody cares about health and breathing and stuff. It's just stupid. I think it's really dumb. So I never like to glorify. I like to appreciate people, individuals, for contributions that they've make, But like groups as a whole, like first responders, give me a break. I was in the military. It's a freaking joke. It's all an industry. It's all a business. Bottom line is never about the people. It's always about profits, not the false for profits. Always. Always. Because if it wasn't true, the cracks of society wouldn't be so wide. Yeah, and they keep getting wider. Have you checked the price of chicken? We're about vegetarians, but not quite. As a matter of fact, I made a meatloaf today, and it was really, really good. I just used a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It was pretty tasty, huh, Lou? You want to go in the kennel? You want to get up on the bed? He's in his ear. Come on, Tucker. Come on. Stop. Ugh. So, the energy as this week, they keep talking, the ones that I've been talking or listening to this week. I mean, never take it for gospel. That's why God, you never know how things are going to go down. You never know how things are going to play out. God is so divine, and when people start thinking in terms of just these are situations that are happening in life. I was out like the first day Tucker hurt his back. I was out there praying, God, thank you for the opportunity to learn this lesson, whatever it is that you're trying to teach me now. And because people are real good about praying when they're but they're not real good about thanking God. And He likes it better, as I understand it, that we, to hold that vibration of gratitude. And how many people, are there a lot of, I know a lot of people are really benefiting from this, the world being shut down. A lot of people are really, they like it. They like to be all shut in and closed off, and because they're freaking, a lot of people are really secretive. A lot of people, I like to recharge my batteries, and I need a lot of time to recharge my batteries, but there's a whole freaking world out there, man. There's a whole earth out there. There's a lot of really pretty stuff, even though a lot of places I've been really do kind of look the same. They really do. They really do. But at the same time, there's different places. Like when I lived in Omaha, the sunrises and the sunsets were pretty freaking rad. And when I lived in Oregon, they were meh. They were meh in Oregon, sunrises and sunsets. California, I hadn't lived there in a long time, but there were some pretty decent ones depending on where you were. But here, I think I've been here 2 months, and there's been like 3 days that were like all clear skies, and it was just a day, But when the skies are amazing here. They're God's gift is what they are, and God gives us these miraculous little freaking gems all over the place, to help sustain us and keep us going. There's so many times like, Mom, all day long, Mom, come look at this, Mom, I'm like, have her doing laps up and back down the trailer, looking at clouds and from this side to that side, and it's always majestic. And it's easy to feel good. And what I try to do is see, because I don't always feel good. There's a lot of times I feel real bad. Physically, I feel bad. And when your body hurts physically, oftentimes it won't differentiate physical pain with emotional pain. Because I'm like reminded of something, something will remind me of something. So it's very important that people like me stay in the present moment. Because when I get too twisted up and I start thinking about things that happened in the past that I didn't have control over then, I don't have control over now. Stan Lee! And then there's things that happen and could happen, but I don't know what's gonna, and it'll just stress me out if I think about it too much. So what I recognized a long time ago is God is only with me in the present. You alright, man? You mad about it? And that's why I got to be sure not to have too many conversations with people not in the room. Like, and that is, well, let me give you an example. If you think about something that happened 4 years ago, a conversation that you had, and you just start getting as mad, or, you know, I used to do it when I drove a lot more. I drive down the road and I'd start thinking about, well, that's kind of, you know, but that is not happening in my present moment. So I don't need to bring my vibe down thinking about something that is irrelevant. And I wonder how many other people do that. I wonder how many people spend their energy and their time just like, revisiting the same things that piss them off over and over and over again. I just kind of wonder. Because I catch myself doing it every now and again. I'll be 47 soon and get 2 months from today. And it takes a lot of practice to stay in the present moment. It is not easy. But then I see some people that are kind of oblivious. And they don't have any concept besides present moment. That is all they know. Like, they don't know that there's a world. It's weird. I don't know how people have been programmed. I had a conversation with my friend DB today, and she's telling me she's talking to her aunt. Her aunt is one of those, like a grandma gardener, where they go into the class, you know, and like help the student, the like grandma that goes in and reads to the class and is like, you know, kind of like an aide kind of a thing, you know. I've used to do that. I've done that. I used to go read fourth grade, I think it's third grade class. Read them Shel Silverstein. Because I can get really animated about that stuff. It's fun. But she'd read the class, and she said, she was saying about out of 40 students, and these kids are, how old? 5th grade. 5th grade? So how old's 5th grade? 11? 10? Anyway. And about 4 out of the 40 can read. You know? It's really, you know, there's a lot worse things than a cold where people are dying with a 99% recovery rate. You know, when it's your time, it's your time. That's why you always got to live divine, you know. I don't really, I just am not going to live in fear, and I'm really fucking sick of living in other people's fear. I wear a mask because it'll help other. That is the biggest hunk of shit I've ever heard, and people buy it hook, line, and sinker. Now I just walk around going, bah, bah, and I pull down my mask, and I'm like, I'm a sheep, you know, at Walmart and stuff like that. Well, look at me, you know, because I just mock it. I mock it all. Yeah, I'll mock it all. So, it's just really weird. I mean, everybody just bending over. Okay, I'll take that shot in more ways than one, you know. Just selling, just because they're told. To the things that people do, you know, because they're told. You know. It perpetuates the Lucy fairy tale theater. It surely does. Are people coming into that realization? Are they figuring that stuff out? You know, that's the thing. This world is the way it is because people have straight up have been worshiping fucking Satan over God. Satan got bigger than God. When there's a show about Lucifer trending on Netflix, oh, it makes him a good guy. Oh, they're all good guys, as my hip pops. You know? It just cracks me up what people, they just, okay. And I'm always the one going, that's stupid, that's dumb, I'm not doing it. Or I'll do it, but I'll make a mockery of how it's done. Yep. So, anyway, I look at the timelines right now as a deck of cards, and they're all being shuffled. They have all these potentials of how things can go. It's all a show, dude. It's all a show. When freaking these millionaires, it's so funny to me. These people are millionaires. I was thinking about that today because I saw an article. It's like, what was minimum wage? What was minimum wage when I was born? In 1974, what was minimum wage? Okay, so minimum wage in 1974 was $2. Okay. Let's see what... Okay, this is what's funny. Then I look at the members in Congress, and in 1974, while people were making minimum wage, in 1974, they were making 44. So in 77, because so they were making 42,000 a year, and so that's in 2019, in that kind of money, it is like making 296,334. Okay. Now they're over 200,000 because don't you know with the stimulus bill it bumped them up from 170 or it was like like 147 up to 200,000. So what their annual income in 74, that's what they gave themselves in a pay raise while the cracks of society get wider. They're lawyers. They don't, laws are not ideas. They just push, all they do is somebody writes something down on a table and then they push it across the table. And then the other person on the other side picks it up and they're like, write something on the table, and they push it across the table. And that's all they fucking do. That's all they do. And now people are starting to get desperate. I've been talking about this for a few years. We've been leading up to this with the energetic potentials, right? The thing of it is, not enough people have been backed in a corner. Not enough people have had that life experience. Not enough people have gone hungry. But there's too many people that are having too much of a good time. So now the freaking balance is coming back into play, and we're gonna calibrate, and that calibration is gonna be hard on the nation. For certainly it is. Because people are going to start not going to be able to fucking afford $9 chicken and $7 boxes of cereal and $9 loaves of bread. That's poor people food. That's what I went to a natural grocer when I lived in Oregon, and they were selling it. It was like $9 for a loaf. I'm like, how the fuck do you fucking... I know it was capital city and they're all rich people. But I know that people living in tents all over the place. So, but supposedly so many people are going to come in their spirit, they're just going to start giving their abundance away. I've seen taste of it. It's pieces of it myself. Yep, I've seen it. I've seen it myself. So, things are just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder. That's all it is, because people don't control themselves. Where is the discipline? Where do we see examples of people being disciplined in life? I like to see people that are disciplined. I like to see people that can, say something and stick to it. Where are those examples? Those examples aren't really... Our society is just... It has only taken 250 years for this civilization to fall. Because that's what's happening. The society is falling. All the economic systems, a lot of systems are freaking, it's full spectrum. A lot of things are prospering, but for all of the prospering, there's equal and opposite negative people not prospering. So somebody's got to make more of a balance. So people are going to have to start doing things they never done before. Oh my goodness, you want me to what? Oh my goodness, I'm supposed to what? We'll see. Because I think the earth is looking better, because the DAMB ain't even been sucking for me, so that tells me this earth ain't what it was before. So every time I go out and I have a positive encounter, that just lets me know I'm on 5D earth. And whenever I step into 3D, it's my own damn fault, because I ain't vibing high enough. And whatever I attract, I match. So if I run into bullshit, I better check my field. What kind of bullshit am I transmuting? That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.